We walked into his office in September. Pat Meehan has been enthusiastic staff, have been in the trenches with us. The most impressive aspect of the first encounter was his grasp of the issues that we have here. Pat told us what he was going to do for us. We did not even have to ask him for the help. He was ready and able to do it. He served as a DA in Delaware County and then became U.S. Attorney for 7 years, protecting the citizens of the Eastern Pennsylvania. He was elected to Congress in 2010, serves on the Transportation Infrastructure Oversight, Government Reform, Homeland Security Committees. His tireless work on our behalf and his dedication to keep our refineries open campaign, I believe, will be instrumental in the ultimate success of this whole thing. So let's hear it for our Congressman, our friend, our newfound brother, Congressman Pat Meehan.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Jim. Thanks all of you who are out here showing firsthand about how important it is that we speak together as a community and fight for these jobs. I'm going to let you into a little bit of a secret now. A lot of people don't realize this. I didn't grow up in the family that had a lot. None of us did. I had parents that gave me one thing. They fought hard to give you a chance, and that's all we want, is to hand down to our kids the opportunity to have a fighting chance. That's what we're fighting for. I had a chance to go to college, didn't really know how to pay for it, but I had a neighbor, he got me a job. It was a summer job at Alden Rubber Company. If you work at Alden Rubber Company, you have to join the union. That union, the rubber workers, is now the steel workers. And one of the proud things I had to do was to be able to carry a book. So in many ways, when you say brother, I know what it was like. I worked the next summer on street construction. There used to be a guy named Sarge I worked with. He was a Teamster. I remember one day we stopped and he let something go by and he said about a person that was there, he said, that guy's either a working man or he's been a working man. And I just want to tell you that that's what it's about. Understanding what it's like to be a working man and to have those aspirations we have for our families. And I want you to know that I'll never forget. That's why we were all down here the next day. That's why I was down there at the diner 2 days later talking with the families that are going to be impacted. That's why a week later I was out on that river with the Morans and going up and down and talking about all the jobs that are associated, not just with the steel, not just right here at the refineries, but all of the various jobs that are associated as well. The things that are going to be impacted, the 9,000 plus in our community. We're all fighting for these things together. But let me just sort of close these observations by saying one thing. And I go back, we're all inspired by being together here to fight for this. I think about a guy that gave a speech one time after some of the greatest human performance, and it was Lincoln. He was at Gettysburg, and he was given an address that's probably the greatest speech in American history. And he said, really, in essence, the world's going to forget what we say here, but the world will never forget what was done here. Right. And that's the essence of what this is. It's not about these speeches. It's about what's done right there. It's about what's done there. It's about what's done there. It's about what's done in these neighborhoods. And you've been doing it for over a century. The key for us today is we want those petitions. We don't want that. We've got to be able to stand together as a community and convince the people who are going to make an investment in this that we've got 100 years of proof from the work that you have done and the way you have performed. We will demonstrate it, and we are going to fight for another 100 years. Look, I'm going to say one thing, and it's a cold dose of reality that we're all facing here. Everybody knows the difficult challenges that we are looking about it, but we've got one thing that nobody else has, and that's the ability to prove you have proven your ability to perform. That is the message we will take. I have had the chance to sit. This isn't the first time I talked with Gary Beavers. We talked 3 weeks ago. I had the chance, and we are looking the people in the eye. I sat with Bobby Brady last week with the head folks from Conoco. We are going to be meeting with the CEO in 2 weeks in Sunoco. All of us as a delegation, looking him in the eye, setting two things: the sense of urgency about this issue, the sense of importance, and the sense of our commitment not to quit. Jimmy Savage was in the paper today. He said one thing, and I kind of really think it says it better than us. We are going to keep fighting to the end and know that when it was done, and it's not going to be done, we're setting this up for 100 years, and we will know we did every possible thing to make sure we get this for another 100 years. We're in it together. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, everybody. Let's have some fun.